The year 1945 dawned with the world engulfed in the flames of World War II. While victory in Europe seemed within grasp, the Pacific theater presented a grimmer picture. Japan, despite mounting losses, fought with a ferocity fueled by a deep-seated warrior culture. Their resolve was evident in the brutal battles for Iwo Jima and Okinawa, where Japanese soldiers fought with suicidal determination. American military planners estimated an invasion of mainland Japan could cost up to 1 million American lives. The Japanese people, subjected to years of militaristic propaganda, were prepared to fight to the death. The island nation had become a fortress, its people indoctrinated and ready for a final showdown. President Franklin D. Roosevelt's sudden death in April 1945 thrust Harry S. Truman into the presidency at a critical juncture. Thrust into a position he was ill-prepared for, Truman inherited the mantle of leadership at a time of immense global crisis. The war in Europe was in its final throes, but the conflict with Japan raged on, demanding difficult decisions with far-reaching consequences. The weight of the war, the fate of millions, now rested on the shoulders of a man who had only been vice president for a few short months. Adding to the pressure was the top-secret Manhattan Project, which Truman only learned about after assuming the presidency. The project, hidden even from most high-ranking government officials, was on the verge of developing a weapon of unimaginable destructive power, the atomic bomb. Suddenly, Truman was faced with a choice no leader had ever confronted: whether to unleash this terrifying new weapon on Japan in an attempt to force their surrender. The Manhattan Project, a top-secret research and development undertaking during World War II, had been racing against time to unlock the secrets of the atom. Led by some of the world's brightest scientific minds, the project had one goal: to create an atomic bomb before Nazi Germany could. The project's success, however, came after Germany's surrender, leaving Truman with the momentous decision of whether to use this terrifying new weapon against Japan. The scientists involved in the project were divided on its use. Some argued that a demonstration of the bomb's power in an unpopulated area would be enough to convince Japan to surrender, while others believed that only its actual use on a Japanese city would bring a swift end to the war. Faced with conflicting viewpoints and the immense pressure of ending the war, Truman ultimately decided that deploying the atomic bomb was the best course of action to save American lives and bring a swift end to the conflict. Section 4. A grave decision, arguments for and against the bomb. The decision to use the atomic bomb was not made lightly. Truman and his advisors engaged in heated debates, weighing the moral implications against the potential to save American lives. Proponents of the bomb argued that it would force Japan's unconditional surrender, thus avoiding a costly invasion that could claim hundreds of thousands of American casualties. They believed that a decisive blow, a demonstration of overwhelming force, was the only way to break Japan's will to fight. Opponents of the bomb argued that its use was morally reprehensible, a horrific act with unimaginable consequences for civilians. They pointed out that Japan was already on the verge of defeat and that continued conventional bombing, coupled with a negotiated surrender that allowed them to keep their emperor, would have eventually ended the war. The use of such a devastating weapon, they argued, was unnecessary and would forever stain the moral standing of the United States. Section 5. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The bomb's devastating impact. On August 6, 1945, an American B-29 bomber, the Enola Gay, dropped the first atomic bomb on the city of Hiroshima. The explosion was unprecedented in human history, instantly incinerating everything within a 1-mile radius. Tens of thousands of people were vaporized, while countless others suffered horrific burns and radiation sickness. The city was reduced to rubble, a testament to the awful power of the atomic bomb. 3 days later, on August 9th, a second atomic bomb was dropped on the city of Nagasaki, resulting in similar devastation. The impact of these bombs was immediate and profound. Japan surrendered unconditionally on August 15, 1945, bringing World War II to an end. Section 6. A world transformed. The dropping of the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki marked a turning point in human history. The world had entered the atomic age, an era defined by weapons of unimaginable destruction. Truman's decision remains a subject of intense debate. Some argue the bombs saved lives by preventing a costly invasion, while others condemn their use as morally reprehensible. The bombings ushered in the Cold War, casting a long shadow over the 20th century. They remind us of the need for peace and diplomacy in the nuclear age. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more historical analyses.